I'm Amanda. So I'm thinking for today, we'll do a nice slow flow. We're gonna get a nice flow going, get into all the body parts, not really focus on any one particular spot, and just kind of touch everything in our nice 45-minute flow. So join me in a nice comfortable seated position. Just close the eyes. Hands can be resting on the knees or palms facing up. Just start to ground through the sitting bones, roll the shoulders back and down. Just connecting to the breath, grounding yourself before we start to flow. Just noticing if there's any unease, if there's anything that has a particular stiffness, and just trusting that through this practice, that will all be released. Connecting to that ujjayi breathing, just making that ocean sound through the back of the throat. We're here for one more breath. Good. And then just hold on to the knees. Gonna do some seated cat-cows. So holding on to the knees, just roll the pubis bone forward. So, kind of like you're trying to tip your hips forward, getting a little bit of an arch in the back. Inhale, open up the chest, look up, opening up the throat. And then exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Hold on to your knees as you lean back. So much that if you weren't holding onto your knees, you'd roll and tip all the way back into a somersault. Let this feel good in between the shoulders, kind of pull the shoulders down the back. And then inhale, open up the chest, look up. Exhale, round. One more, inhale. And exhale. Good, come to a neutral spine. Inhale, both arms up, shoulders soft. Lower the left hand, walk the left fingertips out and reach over to the right. Try to plug that right hip down. So that leg, the hip, everything wants to lift as soon as you go over. Try to keep that all grounded as you reach up. You can drop to the left elbow if you have that space. If you don't, no worries. Try to pull the top elbow behind the ear, opening up the chest. Breathe. Good. Inhale, arms up. Other side. Walk the right fingertips out, reach, try to ground that left hip. You can lower the elbow. One more. Good. Inhale, both arms up, and then just walk the hands forward. Just a nice release in the lower back, the hips, wherever you feel it is exactly what you need today. Walk the hands back in and just kind of switch the feet so you can get into the other hip. Walk it forward again. And back to center. Roll over the knees, and let's come into a down dog. So just kind of drop those heels, soften the right knee. Sink the left heel, and switch. Back to neutral. Inhale to plank. Now lower the knees. So just the knees. Notice nothing else moved. Keep the hips and shoulders in line and slowly lower down, elbows in. So it's a supported chaturanga. Bring the forehead to the mat. Hands come under the shoulders. Point the toes. Push the tops of the feet into the mat. And inhale, lift for cobra. Just a little movement. It's about half of your up dog. Shoulders back and down, elbows in. Exhale, lower. Push back, child's pose. Big toes touch. Knees are the width of the mat. Inhale, down dog. Look between the hands and walk feet to hands. Inhale, look out, lengthen, come up halfway. Soften those shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Just keep the knees soft. Heel toe the feet apart. Working the stomach over those legs. Just kind of sway a little side to side. Good. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Lower the hands, Tadasana. Pause here. Just kind of ground all four corners of the feet. Sometimes I find it helpful to even lift all 10 toes, kind of lift them up, super engaged feet, and then lower the toes down. See if by lowering them down, you can kind of spread them almost as if they were your hands, your fingers. Palms facing forward, shoulders back and down. Breathe. So it's funny, people talk about how they always roll their ankle, they twist, they always have stuff going on in their feet. It's most likely because they don't know how to ground their feet. So use this practice as a way to implement it into your life to help stabilize your body throughout your daily activities. Whether you run, you're an athlete, you're doing, training on Chiseled, whatever it may be. All these principles are really, really, really going to help you throughout your daily life. So breathe. Think about grounding the outer edges of the feet and lifting the inner arches. People complain sometimes that they have flat feet. It creates a lot of pain. Apparently, I'm not sure, but I've worked with people who have actually lifted the soles and arches of their feet through just this yoga practice. A little food for thought today. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Ground the palms and just step it back. Lower the knees again. This time, lower the chest and sternum. So it's a nice little supported back bend. The sternum, your chest bone, is actually going to come onto the mat. Elbows in, hips are high. And then tuck the toes and slide into cobra again. Exhale, back, child's pose. Continue to lengthen through the arms and pull the shoulders back. Downward facing dog. Lift the right leg, open up the hip. Stacking right hip on top of left, you can bend the leg, circle the ankle, one direction and the other, and then straighten the right leg. Close the hip, flex the foot. Reach back through that right heel and turn the left heel in. Now you're really working the inner thighs together, squeezing them together. Keep grounding the outer edge of your left foot and see if you can even look and lift that arch. Good, and then knee into the nose, shoulders forward, and lunge the right foot in between the hands. Perhaps you didn't have to lift that back foot. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. So working to pull the right ribs back, the left ribs forward, so you're as square to the front of the mat as possible. Then naturally you can see this feels really good. I'm not working that hard. This is where I naturally go, where my ribs are kind of out and there's a little bit of a natural back bend. So to intensify this and to make it better for my back, I need to pull the hips forward and engage my core. So by pulling my ribs together, it's actually going to lengthen the lower back. So see if you can get a little bit of that action. You don't have to, work really hard or exaggerate it. Just try to get that little tilt, and then arms come up. Bend the arms, palms face forward, little baby back bend. Good, neutral spine, straighten the right leg. Bring the hands to the hips and face the left side of the mat. So the outer edge of your back foot is parallel with the mat and the right toes are facing forward. Tendency is that the toes start to turn in towards the center of the mat. So see if you can keep your focus on your foundation, on your feet, by keeping your toes facing forward. Arms come out wide, lengthen through the arms, shoulders pulled down. Again, notice those ribs. Are they splaying out again? They naturally probably want to, especially ladies. We have, for some reason, a big back bend. So see if you can counter that. Bend the right knee, warrior two. Breathe. So we're gonna hold this for a few breaths. This is our power pose. This is a great warm-up pose. Really good, opening up those hips, getting our legs stronger, lengthening through the upper body. See if you can get a little bit lower and keep working that right knee to the right side. Notice the breathing. And then flip the right palm. Inhale, reach, exhale, Exalted Warrior. Notice if you came out of that right leg because you're feeling that quad. See if you can resist that. Stay strong and breathe. Back to warrior two. Legs don't move, it's just your upper body. And then right elbow to the inside of the right knee. Left arm up, stay here. Breathe. Now see if you can keep the legs engaged. So get lower through the right leg and think about lifting your left inner thigh. You probably won't move much, but you'll really feel that action. And then reach forward. One more breath. Good, left arm up. Legs don't move. Be very aware of that and just bring your upper body back. Whole lot harder, I know. Good, now straighten the right leg. Shorten the stance. Ground through both big toes. Inhale, reach towards the front of the room. And exhale for triangle. Tucking the right hip under. Opening up that whole left side body, the psoas, the hip. Now gaze comes down, soften the right knee, shift it forward, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Maybe you don't need your right fingertips, or maybe you do. There's a block, you can use a wall if balance is tricky today. Or if not, keep lifting up so that you don't even need the floor. Think about rolling the left shoulder, the left hip on top of right. One more breath. Good, soften the right knee, lower the left foot, back to warrior two. Cartwheel the arms around. Both hands to the inside of the right foot, spin that back heel up. So we're going into a nice hip opener, lizard pose. Heel toe the right foot out so your hands can be shoulder width apart. You're not on your back knee. So if your hips are high and you're on that kneecap, you're missing out on it. Get nice and low so you're getting into that left hip flexor. Now, this might be enough. If you want a more active pose because you're ready to go today, you can lift that back knee. If you want to join me in a slow flow, which was my intention, then come on down and you can do forearms or you can simply stay here. Forearms is going to obviously deepen the hip opener. If it's too much and you start to clench your jaw, you start to maybe stop breathing, then you know it's too much. So just listen to your body. Notice what's needed. One more breath. Good. Now come on up onto the hands. Both hands to the right knee, setting up our twist. Left arm up, lengthen. Hook the elbow to the outside of the knee, palms together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. So notice how I'm really pushing into this bottom hand. So I'm not sinking into my left shoulder. I'm actually lifting up. So my thumbs are somewhere near the center of the chest. Keep reaching forward through the crown of the head. And exhale, twist. Keep the back knee down just for this first one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good, unwind. Now, any knee issues, leave this out. If it's okay on your knee, reach around and grab the back foot. Getting into the quad, just pulling that heel towards the hip. It's perfectly safe because you're not on that kneecap. So again, you're not high up, you're way far forward, so you're actually on that quad, not the knee. One more breath. Good, now release the back foot. Roll the front knee to the out, to the right, I guess, that makes more sense. And lift the sole of the right foot. So now we're getting into the outer hip. We've kind of worked the back of the hip. Now we're working a little different part. You can lower to the left elbow. You can bring the right hand to the inside of the knee and kind of push the knee out. Maybe start to add a little twist by spinning the chest towards that right knee. One more breath. Good. Release the right hand. Come on up onto both hands. Tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Now ground through the hands to push down. So you're kind of creating that cobra hood, staying strong through the upper body. Just step the right foot back so you're ready for plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, breathe. Lift the left leg. Open up the hip, let that stack on top. Bend the leg, circle the ankle. And then straighten the left leg. Close the hip, flex the foot and reach back. Lengthening through the side. Turn the back heel in. Keep squeezing the inner thighs together, reaching back through that left heel. See if you can even lift the foot a bit. Good, now knee into the nose, shoulders forward, lunge the left foot in between the hands. Oh, my back heel lifted, I don't know about yours. But ideally you want to work it down. Arms come up. So really by keeping that back leg engaged, we work our core so much by just moving our foot forward and back. Hopefully you felt it. If not, post on my show today and we'll talk about it next time. So again, notice that natural back bend, try to counter it. Pulling the left ribs back, the right ribs forward, and pulling the front ribs together. Shoulders soften, breathe. Palms face forward, open up for cactus arms, a little heart opener. Good. Look forward, straighten both arms, straighten the left leg. Opening up the hips, arms come out wide, warrior two. So getting low through that left knee again. Staying here for a few breaths. Again, so important to really stay grounded in these poses. So get a little lower through that left leg, turning the knee out, pulling the right hip back. Again, whoop. Think about almost like a weightlifting belt for you guys, if you wear that, or a crochet, I think. Is that what they're called? I think so, something like that. Think about that wrapped around your top ribs so that you whoop, pull it in. Breathe, but without not breathing. Flip the left palm, inhale, reach. Exhale, Exalted Warrior. Again, still getting low through that left knee. Grounding the outer edge of the back foot. Think about that back arch lifting, strengthening. Back to warrior two, and then left elbow to the inside of the knee. Right arm up. Now right here, just keep focused on the legs, getting lower through the left knee, lifting that right inner thigh. Start to spin your chest up, and then when you're ready, reach forward. Breathe. Good, right arm up. Legs don't move. Stay super strong and focused, and just come back up to warrior two. Good, straighten the left leg, shorten the stance. Ground through both big toes, inhale, reach, and exhale, tilt for triangle. Breathe. Gaze is down. Soften the left knee, keep reaching up with that right hand, shift it forward. Ardha Chandrasana. Again, a block, the floor, or maybe nothing. Keep reaching back through that right heel and up through the right hand. Working to stack yourself sideways. One more breath. Good, and then soften the left knee, lower the right foot. Back to warrior two. Cartwheel the arms around, both hands to the inside of the left foot, spin the back heel up for your expression of lizard. Again, you can keep the knee lifted, lower it, or forearms. Breathing deeply. If you're always looking forward, see if you can just kind of drop, soften the neck. Even if you're looking at me, see if you can try to listen so that you're not always looking at a screen. It's crazy how much tension we create for ourselves when we're not even aware. So see if you can start to make yourself more aware of those simple little things. Breathe and soften. Come on up onto the hands. Lower the back knee if it was lifted. Both hands to the left knee, lifting the chest. And then right arm up, lengthen. Hook elbow to knee, palms together. Again, lift up out of that right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. One more. Good. Unwind. Both hands to the inside of that left foot again. Reach around and grab the back foot. Getting that quad stretch. Breathe. Pulling the heel closer into that hip. One more. Good. Release the back foot. And then roll the left knee out to the left. Lifting the sole of the foot, you can help by pushing gently onto that knee. You can lower to the right forearm, if that feels better, and start to kind of twist. One more breath. Good, release. Bring that left hand back in, left knee back in, and then hands to either side of the foot, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee. Keep the shoulders stacked over the wrist and step back for plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up, exhale back, down dog. Breathe, see if you can ground through the heels to lift the toes, and then walk the hands to the feet. Coming to the back of the mat, feet are hip width apart. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Middle and index finger, hook those big toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, Padagustasana. Crown of the head down, belly towards the legs. Soften those shoulders. One more breath. Inhale, look out, lengthen through the front body, and exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, look out. Hands to hips. Draw the elbows together behind the back and come on up to standing. Heel toe the feet together. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. Weights in the heels. Softening the shoulders. One more breath, get a little bit lower. Good, and then reach forward, Ardha Utkatasana. Back is flat, gaze is down. Weights in the heels, not the toes. Get a little bit longer. Good, and then look forward, interlace the hands behind the back, and fold. Bringing the hands with you. If you feel like you're stuck and your hands kind of look like this, you can always separate your hands with a towel, a shirt, a strap, and fold. That'll give you more access. One more breath. So this is a great one for balance. Notice I started to feel my hips kind of swaying. So we have to use our feet, every part, every tiny little muscle in our legs to help keep us balanced here. One more breath. Good. Keep the fingers interlaced. Bring the hands to the lower back and slowly come up. Little back bend at the top maybe. Good, neutral spine. Release the hands. Inhale the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk it out to plank. So feet are still together. Left hand under the nose, roll to the outer edge of the left foot for Vashistasana, side plank. So this is the traditional way to do it, but there are modifications. So first one, you can lower the left knee for supported, grounding the outer edge of that right foot. If that's easy, stay in traditional, or different option is to keep your right hip stacked, reach forward with the right hand,
Ground the outer edge of that right foot and consider lifting the left leg. Squeezing the inner thighs together so you're only on that right foot, the left leg is lifted. Breathe, reach forward. Right arm up, lower the right hand, back to plank pose. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, back, down dog. Breathe. Feet together again, big toes and heels touch. Inhale, plank. Right hand under the nose, other side. So choose that traditional with the feet stacked like you were standing on the floor, lowering the knee, or keep grounding the outer edge of the left foot and lift that right leg. Squeezing the inner thighs together, reach forward. Breathe. One more. Good, left arm up. Stack the feet, lower the left hand, chaturanga. Inhale. And exhale back. Come high up onto all 10 toes. Sink the heels. Check in, notice if the breath got a little choppy. Those Vashistasana options are not easy. So ground yourself in this, in this down dog. Keep sinking the heels, lift. Good, now lift the right leg, open up the hip, bend the knee, and then right foot in between the hands, turn the back heel in. Inhale, both arms up, warrior one. Palms come together, keep grounding the outer edge of that back foot, left elbow to the outside of the right knee. So usually we lift the back knee, not the back knee, the back heel. See if you can keep it grounded today. Really stay strong through the legs and push into the hand more to lift up out of the left shoulder. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. Soften those shoulders away from the ears. One more inhale, exhale. Good, unwind, hands to either side of the foot, straighten the right leg. Shorten the stance. All toes are facing forward, feet are hip width apart. Both legs are straight, pull the right hip back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Keep grounding both big toes, working the chest over that leg. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale, look forward, soften the right knee. Now lift the chest to open up the arms. See if you can pull the scapulas, the shoulders, back. Opening up the chest, keep reaching towards the back of the room, and then so effortlessly, we're already halfway there, just shift the weight into the right foot for airplane. Work on keeping those hips level so that left hip is really spinning under. Breathe, lift the leg. See if you can work the legs as straight as possible. One more breath. And then slowly come up to standing, bringing the left knee with you. Hug the knee into the chest. Shoulders back and down. Right hand to the left knee or foot, left hand reaching back for standing twist. Inhale and exhale. Softening those shoulders. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. Look forward. Hug the left knee into the chest again. Shoulders back and down. And then hands to the hips. Straighten out the left leg. Flex the foot. Lift up. Good. Lower. Left foot to right. Kind of shake it out. Inhale. Reach the arms out and up. Look up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Lift the left leg, opening up the hip. Let this feel good. And then left foot in between the hands, right heel in. Arms come up, warrior one. Keeping that back heel grounded, palms together to heart center, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Get a little lower through that left leg. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist. Keep pulling the left hip back. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good, unwind, hands to either side of the foot, straighten the left leg, shorten the stance. Ground through both big toes, inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Breathe, keep working the legs as straight as possible, pulling that left hip back. One more, inhale, and exhale. Good. Come up halfway, soften the left knee. Arms come out wide. Again, activate those shoulders, pulling the shoulders back, hands back. Keeping the chest open, shift the weight into the left foot for Tadasana, airplane. Flexing the floating foot, dropping that right hip. Breathe, open up the chest. One more. Good, slowly come up to standing, bringing the right knee with you, shoulders back and down, elbows in. Setting up your standing twist. So left hand to the outside of the knee or foot, right arm reaching back. So even if you can straighten the leg today, my intention was a slow flow. So I don't know about you, but yeah, we're slowing it down. We might not be fully doing everything we can physically, but it feels great. And sometimes these days are really good. I know a lot of you do all the other videos, the chiseled, the crazy stuff with Blake and Octavio and Andy, all those guys. So this is a nice recovery. Bring the knee back in, shoulders back and down. Yes, we're still working. I know I'm sweating a little bit, but it's not too much, hopefully. You'll have to let me know. Hands to the hips, straighten the right leg. Flex the foot, pull the foot up, using that core, and then float right foot to left. Good, reach the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale back. Good, look between the hands, walk or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Keep the feet together, sweep the arms out and up, look up, and exhale, lower. Good, pause here. Ground through the feet, shoulders back and down. Good, now bend the knees, sweep the arms, chair pose. It's the last one, I promise. Big toes down. Weights in the heels, shift it back a little bit more. Imagine you're really going to sit in a chair. Shoulders back. Now slowly lower more, and then lower all the way to the sitting bones to lift the feet. Bow pose, nice core strengthener. So you're just balancing on those sitting bones. If it's too much, you can grab the backs of the legs for a supported bow. If you want more, you can start to straighten the legs. If you're shaking, you're doing it perfectly. Good, and then lower the feet down. Feet are hip width apart. Bring the hands behind the hips. So you're gonna lengthen the back. The tendency here is that we kind of wanna lean and slouch. That makes it easy. So don't do that. You might even pull the butt cheeks back a little bit to help kind of roll yourself forward. Now lift the right foot onto the left knee. Keep lifting up. Your hands are kind of like a kickstand behind your back to help lengthen through the back. And then flex the right foot and push the knee away from the chest. This is probably going to be plenty for most of you. I know I'm feeling it in my hip already. I can go a little deeper, so I am going to bring my hips forward and walk my hands forward again so that my back isn't rounded, but it's a little deeper into that right hip. So you'll know. Maybe find an inch or two, or you're in a perfect hip opener. Notice the shoulders, kind of maybe even soften the elbows so that the shoulders aren't cramped up. You can soften. and lengthen. Pull the belly button in towards the spine without holding breath, but just by engaging your core. One more. Good, now walk it out. Give yourself that space again, how we started. Fingertips are gonna face forward now. Lift the hips, keep the legs exactly as they are, so it's kind of like a number 4. Try to drop that right hip, drop the right knee, but lift the hips. And then if it's okay on your neck, look back. Breathe, lift up. Now straighten the right leg and lift up. Sole of the foot is trying to touch the ceiling. Get a little higher. Good, look forward. Keep the legs as they are, send the hips through, and lift. And lower. Good. Scoot the hips forward again, feet are hip width apart, other side. Left foot, or left ankle to the right knee. Flex the left foot, and push the knee out. So this side's always a little tighter for me. Maybe you experience the same thing. So you may not need to get a little closer to this side, on this side. Keep breathing. Keep lifting up. Shoulders back and down. Belly button in. Core is engaged without complicating the breath. One more. Good. Now give yourself a little bit more space. Walk the fingertips to face forward. Keep the legs as they are and just lift those hips. It's also, don't be surprised if you feel it in your shoulders too. It is a shoulder opener. So drop that left knee, lift the hips, and look back. One more. Lift the left leg, lift a little higher. Look forward, send the hips through, lift, and lower. Nice. Peel the flesh away from the sitting bones for Dandasana. So hands next to the hips, feet are flexed. Lengthen, lift up, reach the arms up. Keep those shoulders soft, pulling down the back and fold. Go past your feet today, way past your feet. Lengthen, and then you can grab whatever's available. Feet, ankles, knees, doesn't matter. Fold forward. One more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale up. Bring that right foot in, a few inches away from the left inner thigh. Right elbow to the inside of the knee. Use your left hand to lengthen, reach forward, and wrap. Again, if you can't hold your hands around that right shin, a strap, a t-shirt, doesn't matter. Flex the left foot and fold. So the more you tuck your chin in, I know for me, I'm feeling it all under my right scapula. It's a really nice stretch in the upper back. Some people say they feel it in their inner thighs. It doesn't matter. We all use our bodies in different ways, so of course we're going to feel it in different places. See if you can soften your lips, soften the jaw. One more breath. Good. Release the hands. Come on up. Right hand behind the back, left arm up. Hook left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. So really use your left elbow to push that right knee into the midline. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Unwind the twist. Right foot to the left inner thigh, setting up Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, fold. One more. Actually, let's do 2 more. What am I in a rush for? So inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. It's funny, actually, because subconsciously, I think, I don't know if I do, you'll have to tell me, but pretty sure I rush the left side because it hurts more, and I hold the right side longer because it feels really good. So there we go. That's a lesson for us all, right? I know I need the left side more, so okay, 2 more breaths. You've convinced me. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more. Good. Come on up and just switch. So straighten out that right leg. Bring the left foot in, a few inches away from the left inner thigh. Right hand down, reach forward, lengthen, wrap, bind, whatever you've got. Flex that right foot and fold. Some people say, work nose to knee. Yeah, you're going in that direction, but it never matters if you ever get there. What matters is if you're feeling a stretch. So just keep tucking that chin in, just kind of dropping the shoulders. I do feel more if I kind of drop my left hip. So maybe play with that. Soften the lips. One more breath here. Good. Slowly come up, release. Left hand behind the back, right arm up. Hook, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. Unwind and bring the left foot to the right inner thigh. Peel the flesh away. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. And soften the shoulders. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, fold. Good, come on up. I know for sure we held the left side longer that time. All right, soles of the feet together. Bring the heels further out in front so the forearms come under the shins. Grab the tops of the feet and round. Just breathing through the back body. Good. Slowly come up. Cross the ankles. One last vinyasa. Inhale. And exhale. Good. From down dog. Look between the hands. Walk or jump all the way through. Lying on the back. Hug the knees into the chest. Shoulders back and down, rock a little side to side, give yourself a little massage. And then both legs straight up in the air, hands next to the hips, feet are flexed for Supta Dandasana. So some of the flexy people bring their feet way up over and then the hips, the sacrum lifts. So keep your hips down. And keep your ankles stacked over the hips. No overachievers today. And then bend the knees, grab the outer edges of the feet, draw the knees into the armpits, keep that lower back down, ankles stay over the knees for happy baby. So most of the work today is in pushing the hips down, keeping that lower back on the mat. You can rock a little side to side for a little kidney massage. One more breath. Good. Release the feet. Bring the feet onto the mat. Feet are hip width apart. Lift the hips for bridge pose. So you can kind of rock the shoulders underneath your body to lift those hips. Keep pulling the chin away from the chest. Grounding the big toes. And working the toes slightly towards one another. Lift the hips a little higher. One more. Good, and slowly lower. So I know sometimes we do wheel, but it's a slow flow. I said to kind of take it down a notch today as a nice recovery day, so don't worry about pushing up, bringing the hands under the shoulders. Let's just leave it out today. Just hug the knees into the chest, rock a little side to side, and just let whatever you did be enough. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of lessons in that. Especially us type A people that just want to keep going, going, going. So just let this practice be enough today. Straighten out that left leg, hug the right knee in, and twist across the body, over to the left. Work to keep that right shoulder down. And try to push the hip away from your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Gaze is over past your right hand. One more. And exhale. Good. Unwind, switch. Hug the left knee in. And twist. Inhale. Working to keep that left shoulder down. Drop that hip. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Unwind. Good old Savasana. So just let the feet flop out, the palms fall open, feet can kind of rock a few things side to side if you know that helps you to just kind of relax. And then a nice long inhale, and exhale. Just soften the eyes, soften the lips, knowing that this is the most beneficial part of our practice, where we learn to do less, where we allow ourselves that rest. So just notice if the core is still trying to be engaged, if the toes are still trying to grip the mat, see if you can just kind of soften. I know sometimes it helps, it really does, to just kind of shake things out. When you feel that tension, sometimes it's like you got to just shake it out. So feel free to do whatever's necessary to be mindful of where the tension is so that you can soften it. Even the breathing, we've been Ujjayi breathing this whole time, so just let the breath flow in and out of the nose and the mouth. And as you're ready, start to bring some movement back. Circling out the ankles, the wrists. Gently rock the head a little, reach up over the head, lengthen through both sides of the body, just like a good morning stretch, knowing you've gotten rid of all that tension that may have crept in throughout your day. Hug the knees in. Rock a little back and forth, side to side. When you feel complete and ready, we'll meet in a comfortable seated position. Always ending our practice together with gratitude. So a half lotus, a full lotus, Indian style, whatever makes you happy. Bring the hands together to heart center, bowing in towards yourself, thanking yourself for tuning in, for maintaining that discipline it requires for this practice, for taking care of yourself. May you be that source of peace for you to keep yourself grounded when things get challenging. And may you share that with those around you, those people that challenge you and those people that love you. May you bring this to others and practice the true meaning of this yoga. So thank you. Have a wonderful day. Rest well tonight. Drink lots of water. Namaste.